Hello, class of 2024. This is Mr. Castañeda, your Assistant Principal of Curriculum Instruction and Guidance. I'm super excited to be here with you today to share information finally about the 2022-2023 school year. I know that you're all excited and ready to do course registration. I know that you've also heard a lot of different things. So I'm here to share some of that information with you and then also walk you through your how to fill out that course registration form, and so that way you are prepared and ready to go for course registration. We will be doing registration in your world history courses starting next week. And so, again, we just want to make sure that you're prepared and ready to go. So let's get started. All right, so you may have heard that Bellflower Middle and High School is going to be changing its bell schedule. That is correct. We are moving to an 8-period block schedule for the 22-23 school year. So the 8-period block schedule has many benefits for students, and that's the reason why we're shifting to that block schedule. First, it gives students greater flexibility and more options in selecting their courses. It continues to offer students fewer classes each school day to focus on for study. So 3 or 4 classes, depending on what you plan on taking next year, instead of the 6 that we used to take back in the day in the traditional bell schedule. It continues to incorporate embedded academic support for students during the school day and specifically during each of the class periods. Student athletes would have athletics during 7th and 8th period and could have an additional class so they can take advantage of those opportunities. Students also have the possibility of recovering credits during the school day, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. And overall, class sizes will be smaller, which ends up helping provide students a better learning environment so that teachers can give that individualized attention and support to all of the students in the class. So what does the 8-period block do for students? Students would be required to take their 6 classes in 7th through 11th grade and their 5 classes in 12th grade, just like they do now. So nothing changes in that respect. For some students, they might take some more classes in case they need to. For others, they may have to take additional courses depending if they're behind in credits. But there's a lot of things that are being said out there that you have to take 7 or that you have to take 8. That is not correct. You are only required to take your 6 classes if you're in 7th through 11th grade and your 5 and 12th grade. But students would have the option of extending their day and adding classes to their schedule to be college and career ready upon graduation. So one of our focuses as a staff is to ensure that students are college and career ready, making sure that you take advantage of completing your A through G requirements, making sure that you sign up for CTE courses and that you complete a CTE pathway, that you enroll in visual and performing arts, that you enroll in the world languages classes. So there's different options. So with this schedule, students will now be able to complete A through G college requirements. So if your schedule has been tight, or say you've been in the ELD program, now you are able to complete some of those other requirements that are needed in addition to that ELD elective. For all of our other students, if you want to go to a 4-year college and university, make it happen. You are the one that can do that, making sure that you sign up for those A through G courses, that you complete the requirements. That way you can be one of our seniors that applies to a 4-year college. It can be done. You just need to work hard and make it happen. And we will support you. We also encourage students to complete a career technical education, a CTE pathway. For those of you that are currently taking possibly the first class, maybe the Intro to Health class or the Intro to Woodworking or Culinary Arts 1, we encourage you to take that second class, and we have various programs which you can view on the course registration form. If you are not aware, if you are a CTE completer, meaning that you complete both of the classes in the pathway, the concentrator course and the completer course, all completers do get one of these fancy CTE medals that you can wear at graduation. So last year we had 68 completers. We're looking at increasing that number. So this schedule really allows students to complete CTE pathways. Enrolling in the visual arts and performing arts. We want to make sure that students are enrolling in ceramics and drawing and painting and photo, that they're participating in performing arts, a band, the choral groups. Really, these opportunities allow you to build connection, to feel like you belong to the school, and at the same time, you're getting those requirements out of the way, that those A through G requirements, those graduation requirements. All of this counts towards that. And so we're encouraging students to now be able to explore and take those electives so that you feel connected to school. And then lastly, it also builds our world language program so that students can take those world language courses. So if the seal of biliteracy is something that interests you, if you want to get that affixed to your diploma and graduate with that distinction, making sure that you sign up for world languages. So if for one of the requirements of the seal of biliteracy is for you to complete a course of study in a world language. So making sure that you sign up for that Spanish 1, 2, 3, and 4, or taking that AP Spanish and that AP exam, so that way you can earn that distinction. Students behind on credits, as I mentioned earlier, will be enrolled in courses to recover their credits during the extended periods. So in the past, we've offered credit recovery during 0 period or during 7th period. For some students who are severely behind in credits, we had to offer them both 0 and 7th. Now we are able to provide credit recovery during the school day, so between that 8:30 a.m. start time and that 3:36 p.m. end time. So really giving you the opportunity and providing you the support during the school day rather than extending or adding to your day. Now, if students only take their 6 or 5 classes that are required, they will have the flexibility and provide their preference of either starting later, approximately at 10:15 a.m., and attending classes during periods 3 through 8 and ending at around 3:36 p.m., or starting at 8:30 a.m. and attending classes during periods 1 through 6 and leaving earlier, approximately at 2 p.m. So there will be some flexibility, and we will ask for your preference. Nothing is guaranteed, but we will ask you for your preference. Student athletes, again, would have athletics during 7th period and could have practices during 8th period, opening up that afternoon for athletes and then allowing them to also take some of these other requirements to be able to be enrolled in a pathway or enroll in an elective or a world language. We really are trying to focus on improving our college and career readiness numbers here at Bellflower Middle and High School. So what's the difference between 6-period block schedule and 8-period block schedule? Here you can see an example of the proposed block schedule. So the 8-period block schedule is focused on student success with you in mind, making sure that we are preparing you for college and career and that you're prepared to make those decisions and have options when you're a senior. So the class periods will now be 92 minutes long, which they are shorter than what they currently are. Currently, classes are 103 minutes long. So we shaved off some time to be able to add that 7th and 8th period. What that basically means is that there will be 4 blocks a day. For some of you, you may not be taking the 4 blocks. You may only be taking 3 blocks a day. And you can see in the schedule that there will be no pride time. We are moving away. That's what we were able to utilize the time to be able to add this other period. It gives more flexibility and more options to students. In addition, with this new schedule, we will be separating lunchtime for middle school and high school, going back to that split lunch for both middle and high, which I think will help everyone. And then again, embedded academic support during the school day is crucial and important to us, making sure that you get that support during the school day in case you need that additional assistance. And that will take place during the end of each block period. Teachers will be providing that support for you within each of the class periods. And then class sizes will be smaller, as mentioned earlier, which helps provide a better learning environment for students. So now the fun part. How do you fill out the course registration form? So you will be getting your pink registration form in your world history course, and so you will be filling it out accordingly. You will select the 6 classes that you plan to take in 11th grade, just like now. Everyone's required to take English. Everyone's required to take U.S. history. You're also required to take science and or math. Some of you still have both requirements that you need to fulfill, or some of you only have one or the other. Making sure, again, going back, making sure you complete those A through G requirements and those graduation requirements so that way you take care of business now. Remember, you're going to be a junior, so you want to make sure that you are starting to get prepared for that senior year, that crucial senior year. And then you are going to be listing electives, you're going to be providing 6 in the order of preference, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. I do want to point out that we do have one new course offering. We are now offering computer science, and we're super excited to offer that. Computer science counts as a math course, so it will count as that additional year of math. Students, if you've taken integrated math 1, IM 1, or if you've taken IM 2, you are able to sign up for computer science. If that is something that is up your alley, you love coding, you love computers, you want to learn more about all of those components, make sure that you sign up for computer science. It's also a CTE elective, so if you plan on majoring in computer science at the university level, they're still going to want to see that you complete IM3. And so you probably want to sign up for IM3 and the computer science as your elective, as your CTE elective. So just different options. Mr. Jackson can provide more information regarding computer science if you'd like. So in selecting your 6 electives, there is a preference table that is located on the form, and that is where you will list them. You are going to be writing the course ID number and the course name. On the form, you are going to see that there are course ID numbers and course names. So making sure that you provide that information in order of preference, 1 through 6. You want to make sure that you have all of your options. Just in case your first option is not available, we're able to plug you into something else that you are comfortable with. So there's different options, as you can see, from ASP to yearbook to link crew to driver's ed to the various visual art and performing arts courses. You know, you have your band, your choral groups. You have, like I mentioned earlier, ceramics, drawing and painting, photo. We have all of the world languages. So making sure, again, if that seal of biliteracy is important to you, making sure that you complete that course of study, that you enroll for the AP Spanish class. And then our CTE courses. Again, if you have been enrolled in the first course, then take that second course. If you've taken film and video 1, then take film and video 2. And complete the course. Because again, if you're a completer, you get this nice shiny medal that you can wear at graduation. So there's various programs there. We are adding the Auto Tech program. The Auto Shop has been revamped, and we are excited to get that program going and working with Cerritos College. So if autos interest you, sign up for Auto Tech. We are also offering a new CTE course, Counseling and Mental Health. So for those of you that are looking at going into social work or mental health, the mental health career pathway or counseling pathway, that is a perfect course for you to take as well. So as you can see, several options. You just want to make sure that you look at everything and take advantage of this opportunity to add electives if you haven't had the opportunity to do that in the past. So moving forward, you will also be selecting your preference. This is the last part of the course registration form on whether you would like to participate in an extended day, the 7 or 8 classes. If you are behind in credits, you will most likely need to be scheduled in an extended day schedule, and your counselors will talk to you. Again, because we want to make sure that we tackle those credits, making sure we get you back onto graduation track during the school day and supporting you during the school day. If you are only participating in 7 periods or less, please provide your preference on which periods you prefer to be off. Again, these are not guaranteed, and they will be assigned based on other class availability during the day. So it all depends on how the classes get filled up. So we will use your preference to be able to help us make that decision. But again, it's not guaranteed. It's only a preference, and we will do our best to meet that, just like all of the other courses that we are enrolling. There's certain things that need to take place before we are able to honor everybody's commitment. And then we also ask that you select your post-secondary plan after graduation. So please let us know. Are you planning on attending a 4-year university or college, attending a community college, attending career technical, enlisting in the military, or going into the workforce? Again, this is just to give your counselor and get an idea of what you plan on doing after high school. Don't worry, it's not a commitment. We know that you want to keep your options open, and we encourage you to keep your options open because right now you might be thinking a specific goal, but then at the end of your senior senior year, you might actually end up wanting to do something different. So that is why we're encouraging you to complete your A through G requirements, to sign up for the world language, for the visual and performing art, for the CTE pathways. That way you can make an informed decision. You are prepared, you have taken all of these courses, and that way you can really weigh your options once you've applied for college and you've gotten in and you've looked at your financial aid packages, and you can think, okay, well, what is it that I really want to do at the end of the senior year? You want to make sure you have options and that you're not stuck into a path that maybe you will look back and may possibly regret. So don't regret. Take advantage of this great opportunity that we're offering students. And then lastly, sign and get a parent and guardian signature. Once you have this form filled out, you will give it back to your teachers for safekeeping, so that way they can give it to you when you head on over to go meet with your counselors. So as you can see, that's pretty simple. That's all the information that I have for you. Making sure that you list your 6 electives in order of preference, that you circle and highlight your other classes that you plan on taking, and making sure that you really take advantage of this opportunity of the additional extended period, the extended day, making sure that you can now fit in all of these electives. Again, we're doing this schedule for you students, and we want to make sure that you take advantage of it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or to your counselor. It may take us a bit to get back to you. If you don't hear from us, just know that you will be meeting with a counselor next week in your world history classes, and you can ask them questions at that point as well. So we are excited to start seeing you in world history classes and getting you ready for that junior year. Start getting used to that, rising juniors. You are now juniors, so it's those last 2 critical years. All right. We can't wait to see you next week. Have a great day.